What's that?
I just realized it shows. Oh, and we are live.
Yes.
So, I will. So Danny is not with us today, even though we see his thumbnail there, and
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to fix. That I was trying. I thought I had a picture I could. It says. Let's see.
But he is not here for good reasons.
Yes, Danny has a job. Believe it or not. So, we are taking bets as to how long it lasts.
But we obviously are hoping for the best.
Oh yeah, rooting for him, but if I can make a little money on the side, I'm not gonna turn that.
Hey, yeah, no kidding.
All right, so let's see.
What you gonna do?
Uh, I'm looking for a image to put on Danny's spot. I think I found.
And if I'm not mistaken, although before you sounded better. Are you on your webcam mic?
Mm,
No,
So
I hear that. I heard that.
yeah.
Okay.
This is the
Oh, you're on the SM. That's right. So you're
yeah.
very
I'm on the
directional,
SM7B, which is the best mic I've got.
but it's very talk here and not there.
Hi there.
Yes,
I could
exactly.
do that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the throat mic. It's like stick it right up your nose.
yeah. Does it sound okay though? As far as
Oh no, it sounds excellent. It
okay.
sounds good.
Let's see. Man, who we got in the
Caught by the fuzzing. No, Stan, he was caught by a job.
yeah, which is bizarre.
And awesome.
There we go. That's a good one. I think. No, I see. That's got a stupid thing. Answer this. Uh, here we go. Nope, too small. Oh, that one. Okay, that one will work. We'll say that. And then we'll go to layers and add new layer and media file, upload new. Very exciting, I know, as I'm doing it live.
Yeah, doing it live.
Okay.
Yeah, we should grab that clip out to lunch. Be back tomorrow. We should grab that Bill O'Reilly.
We're doing
We're
it
doing it
live.
live, and just that way we can just mash the button on that.
I can't see the chat while I'm adjusting this, but it looks like
Yeah.
something.
No, there's a few folks in there. So Bradley's in, Mike Richards is in, Stan is in. Stan's being Pokey McPokerton though with the caught by the fuzz while I was still on a buzz.
No. He's been good ever since the incident. He has, I will say, been much better. And he truly was trying to get a job because he's tired of being behind on his bills and stuff, which who wouldn't be. And it looks like he was successful. So I applaud him. We miss him, but and he says he should be here tomorrow, but we may have to start the show about an hour late. But more on that as it comes, because tomorrow is a very special show. That's assuming, of course, that I make it tomorrow because we are in the middle of Ice Stormageddon right now. So
Yeah, you're getting my weather, which on the
yeah,
one hand I'm actually okay with.
yeah.
So Jessica Kasumi, have you ever had?
That name sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
Well, welcome, because I definitely don't remember seeing you on here before. So welcome. Meanwhile, in the Legion of Culture, we find our heroes preparing for shenanigans. Well,
That would be accurate.
yeah,
Um,
there is always shenanigans.
Lancer, you're not supposed to tell people how much I pay you because then Jason's going to expect to get paid. You have to understand, I discriminate against Canadians. So we finally finished Monarch.
Uh, actually, well, the fun thing is we finished Monarch and then we almost broke Danny because I wanted to watch The Room.
Yes, because you've never seen
And
it. And
what's
Danny has never seen it either.
no, and I don't think he ever wants to see it ever again,
Yes.
nor even talk about it. So in one way,
I
he's
think he's lying about the job and he just
he's
want to talk about the room.
but what's hilarious is at this point, other than the production quality, I don't know which one's worse. There's my hot take.
Wow, that's a rough hot take.
That's a scorcher, man.
I will say that this last episode of Monarch really gave me the urge to lose my Christianity many times. um, I almost lost it. I don't know how many times as they were trying to explain different things and contradicting other lore and just all the garbage. And then I mean, we went through all these episodes, 10 episodes of this show, each episode showing 10, 15 seconds of monster action to build up to a massive fight between Godzilla and a bug monster that didn't even have a prayer against Godzilla.
Yeah.
And
Not Mothra and not
yeah, it was just like a bug. It was
yeah.
just a giant bug. And Godzilla basically smashed it like a bug.
Yep.
And the fight was like 30 seconds long, and then it's like, wait, that was what the buildup was for? All this for a 30-second fight of Godzilla completely outclassing another monster?
Yeah.
And which that just made me mad, because if you're going to have a monster fight at, you know, Godzilla is always supposed to be going against monsters that are a threat, not monsters that he can tear to pieces without even trying.
Yeah, just walk in and raffle stomp.
Yeah. So it was rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a really really rough day. So yeah, let's get the intro here. And I think that pretty much sums up the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Rating applied.
Yeah, yep. So there you go. Um, so yeah, we have we find out mom
Uh
is so she says it's been like 50 something days for her.
yeah, she's been down there for 2 months basically. We'll give her that much. 2 months.
Right. So in 2 months, she's become Xeno warrior princess with a bow and arrow, taking down titans with jungle made arrows.
Man, it's more like Xena and Lara Croft all
Yeah,
together.
yeah, which is insanity. And she's been tracking the movements. And Danny's in the chat. See, you're not at work. You're lying.
You just don't want to talk about the room.
Yeah.
No, man, that's awesome stuff going on.
Yeah. But Danny, if you're on your way home or something, when you get home, obviously hop in. But so so she's been there 50 odd days, which, okay, doesn't add up when you compare it to when Lee was down there, because Lee was there for, did they actually say how long he was?
Yeah, it was something like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But it didn't make sense. It didn't add up.
Yeah, because I remember at first we were like, well, at least it's not what it looked like, where it's just a few minutes. But so he was there for like 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, he, you get to leave at 4. If you guys are still on him home, I'll hop in. 4 would be 6, right?
So probably.
So an hour. So you might be able to catch the tail end of the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's there for 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks, 20 years goes by. Okay, so roughly 10 years per week.
She's there for 7 weeks.
So it should be 70 years
Yeah.
based on if it's the same. But it was not 70 years, it was 50 something years, right?
Because it was 53 to 2014?
2015. So
15.
so 60 years.
Yeah.
So I guess it was close, but
But
if it was
still,
2 weeks, so I don't, I still, it just, something doesn't.
it's
And,
but,
but,
but
but
it's
what
this
about what
thing.
happened in Godzilla vs. Kong?
But yeah, Danny's brain exploded over the fact that if you take into consideration what we saw or didn't see happen to people
Right.
in the Hollow Earth in the movies, just none of this makes any
Right.
mathematical
In
sense.
fact,
And
and they try to say that this is another realm, that it's like this other dimension kind of thing. Okay, fine, except that again in Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla literally just blows a hole straight down, and there it is.
yeah,
I mean, it's literally described as the Hollow Earth in Godzilla versus Kong, and we see it looks like a Hollow Earth because it's like this weird thing where there's, you're on the inside of a sphere, which would make sense if you were in the center of the Earth.
yeah, and I mean it's another case of not only do they clearly not pay attention to the source material and write down the cliff notes
Right.
or Cole's notes for us Canadians, uh, the uh, the fact that they blow off things they could have confirmed with a freaking pocket calculator
Right.
and 30 seconds. I'd say long division, but nobody knows how to do long division anymore. So,
Meanwhile, topside, they're fighting because who cares?
yeah, this episode had tons and tons of Dramalama stuff.
Right. And that was, man, this whole episode, like you were expecting the climax of of something that takes place in the same universe as Godzilla and Kong to have, monsters in it. But no. The monsters show up in the last couple of minutes of the episode, but that's it. Like
And it was like 30 seconds, 90
yeah.
seconds.
Most of this episode is these people walking around whining about their personal lives. That's it. That's the whole.
Oh, and then randomly hating and loving parents.
Yes.
Like, oh, I'm going to carry water for them today, but in 5 minutes from now, I might stab them in the face or the back or both.
Yeah, it's just this is the worst kind of writing. And so then now the big reveal here, of course, was when Lee shows himself to Kate because he's way older, and how he says, well, he came down, but it was in 1982, and she's like, what? And she's 1982. So, well, actually, it's 2015.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And but then they have their cry moment, and it's like that's what this whole episode is just. Let me hold your face and cry. Oh, and you don't love me. Oh, well, you didn't take care of. Oh, and
Yeah.
I was so checked out every time. I was just like, where's the freaking monsters?
Yeah. Oh, and then the carrying of the ball. That
Oh
drove
yeah,
you
and so yeah, this is
crazy.
their last
Oh,
Jedi because they spend half this episode for some reason that's not even explained. They have this ball that releases an EM pulse, and so they need to move it to another location for reasons, and so they spend the whole episode just dragging this thing,
yeah.
and meanwhile, there's no way that four people could pick it up. It looks like it has to weigh at least a metric ton. But
Yeah. Well, but even if it was as hollow as I was, having fun talking about when it was on the boat back a few episodes ago,
hmm
it would still weigh a lot.
Right. Well, that's what I said. It would weigh more than what these four could carry. I mean, you have a 90-year-old dude, two really petite little, actually three really petite little girls, and that's it. So you're telling me
Yeah.
that a 90-year-old and three petite little girls are going to carry
Well, and I
something?
mean, even if you call him a 60-year-old, because for 30 years he was hidden away in a time warp, still.
Stanley says gravity was different. Yeah, here they are moving this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of that thing. This is a metal emitter of gamma radiation.
Well, and like I said, even if
It
it's aluminum and hollow, it's
it's got to be full
still,
of equipment.
yeah, like
It,
go for anyone who really doesn't understand. This is just a fun little like, hey, next time I'm watching movies or TV shows where people are doing something where you kind of wonder if you should come out of your suspension of disbelief. Uh, Go to your Home Depot or your Kent or your Rona Revy or your your Princess Auto or your uh, Harbor Freight or whatever, and go to where they have the stock, the metallic stock, and then compare picking up the aluminum to picking up a stick of steel, cold rolled iron steel.
you don't want people to throw out their back. Come on.
Yeah, but what the important part of the experiment is that you don't have to pick up physically very much, and it weighs a lot.
Well, I'll tell you this one. Like, okay, beautiful computer right here, right?
Yeah.
This sucker, I can barely lift.
Well, fully built, we figured that thing weighs what, close to 45 pounds, right?
Easily.
But it's
It's
but
not as big as that ball, and
and
it's
it's
mostly hollow.
yeah, I was about to say it's very hollow its own self.
Yeah,
So
and it's got. I mean, it's glass. I mean, yes, it has a steel frame to it, but it's glass, and then the computer components inside, which is a combination of silicon and plastic and stuff. It's not,
yeah, and fiberglass, yeah,
yeah.
it's like,
So
and it still weighs a good chunk.
yeah, and
There's a lot of copper in there, so it's got a
right.
bit of a
And this
disadvantage.
thing weighs it's got to have at least five of these.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're telling me that these? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
I know. It's just ridiculous. It's like, yeah.
yeah, Lancer. Kurt Russell has a big ego, so he can lift anything.
He is a planet, so he can
Yeah.
move planets.
So then he meets up with Tim at his secret bar because why not? Now they're going to be friends. Oh, it's Danny.
Oh,
Yes, Danny. By the way, we're streaming.
Hey, no, I know. I don't know if so they're sending me to a print shop. I got to pick up some stuff.
Uh
So
huh.
I'm out for a second. I just wanted to check in and say hi. I miss you guys. I really wanted to be on this show. But
No, no. Hey,
I'm
dude,
having a job.
we're totally cool. You have a job. That's a good thing.
Yeah. But is there a way to, while I'm driving, is there a way to patch me in through the phone or no?
Yeah, you can use the same. You can go.
you can go to EVMux on your phone.
Yeah, you just use EV Mux on your phone. Just use your.
Okay, cool. Can you do me a favor then? Will one of you text me the link, please? 'Cause I have it saved on my computer at home.
Oh yeah, I'll send you the direct link to. I'll send you a guest link.
Yeah. So Jason's on
All
it.
right. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye. So there you go. Live from his car.
Hey, it'll be better than watching LD buy smokes.
Well, that's true. That was hilarious. Like,
Although nothing, by the way, nothing was more hilarious. I had no idea that you were going to do a stream last night, and I didn't notice for an hour, so I was watching the entire thing at 2x.
oh, okay.
Oh, that was much comedy, because I there was no way I was going to dare to get on and stay up as long as you were, because I didn't go to the end, but you LD going to the store. Oh
LD,
my.
he's a nut. I love him, but he is a nut.
Hello. Hey.
All right, so let's see.
Am I here?
Yeah,
You are
you
here.
are here.
Hey, dude, this episode sucked. My hot take, 'cause I didn't get my hot take. This episode pissed me off so much. Oh my god.
Yes, if you want some good
Supportsalty.com.
entertainment. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Supportsalty.com and go and
watch our live
enjoy.
stream. Yeah.
We about lost. By the way, we're also okay. So let me ask you something, Danny. Which is worse,
Yeah.
this episode or The Room?
Oh, the fucking room, easily. That was torture. Dude, that was torture.
I
That was
used
torture. I was looking for a leave, but I didn't want to get fired again. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just deal with it.
yeah, well, legit was my fault, but it made for awesome. It made for an awesome hot take at the start. I don't know if you heard me say it. I said, we watched The Room and we watched this, and I don't know whether this series or that show or that movie was worse.
Yeah,
Oh no, the room was worse.
Legit, The Room
The
was
room is-
terrible.
Oh my god. Like,
Yeah,
Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Danny.
I cannot believe you made me watch that. I'm just gonna say,
blame Canada.
Oh, come on! It was the fun-filled
Yeah.
story of a man having sex with a woman's belly button, and
Chest?
Oh,
I'm
not sure.
Yeah. Well, no, dude, and like, is it just me, or at the end when he blows his brains out, it looks like cranberry juice on the floor. It doesn't look like blood. It was so
well, it
bad.
probably
It
was
just-
cranberry juice.
Probably, yeah, with a little bit of cornstarch thrown in it.
So Stanley,
Hey, you see, I got my hair today.
Yeah, you're all
my hair
extra
did.
dapper. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I got to be all. I'm a director of operations now, whatever the fuck that means. So I got to be all professional.
Well, it definitely means they're going to give you some money.
I feel like, well, it's the salary is $65K a year. I feel more like a gopher, to be honest with you. Like go for this, go for that. Do this, do that.
Hey, it sounds like my job.
Hey, for 65,000,
I don't care.
For 65,
Yeah, right.
For 65K, I'd be an exotic dancer for him. So, that's more than I've ever made. But yes,
It's actually a pay cut for me, but I needed to,
Oh, poor baby.
I need the steady check.
I was going to say, at this point, it's a pay increase, but...
So Stanley
Right, yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, Stanley thinks we should watch Tommy Wiseau's monster movie called Big Shark.
No, that's okay.
So you don't want to...
Whoa, the guy did a monster movie?
Yeah. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I can definitely do
The
without
cap is
that
really
one.
weird on the face.
And 420 from... Man, I can't... Why am I too small?
Oh, is that a super chat? Hold up, I got a super chat.
But I can't read it.
The guy from Friday.
And what does it say? I can't...
Mm-hmm.
I cannot make it out.
62.
Yeah, because they didn't send it through...
Oh, and now it's gone. I was just going to make my layer bigger, and then
Yeah,
it just appeared.
then it vanished.
Well, thank you. I know that. So, oh, what a day!
It was the 420 special. It was the Danny special, right? You said it was 420?
Yeah, it was the Danny special.
Oh, something from the future. Hope watching without socks is acceptable. That is
Future guy watching without socks is totally acceptable.
Yeah, we know who that is.
Yes. But I don't know why. I'm going to fix that real quick because we should be seeing the super chats.
Yeah, it should be on a top layer. It shouldn't be.
I don't know why it's not. I'll fix that right now. Where's my OBS?
But yes, Danny.
I gotta get used to get up in the morning shit. This is rough. I'm drained already.
Oh, Yeah, I sound like I'm death warmed over every morning, and I do this all the time. It
Yeah,
sucks.
this is day. This is day one for me, bro. So
Yeah.
like,
Uh,
oh, yeah.
I was gonna say to your flurry of messages a couple mornings ago. I have been listening to so much Star Trek soundtrack over the last 4 days.
Oh, getting ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been
I'm
doing.
actually. Oh, yeah. It's been so fun. I don't know, like
Yeah,
I like that song I texted you guys a couple days ago. I didn't even know that song existed. I didn't know that was a Star Trek song, and I actually
it
like
must.
it a lot. I like it definitely better than the Enterprise intro. You
Oh
know?
yeah, no kidding. The only thing I could
Yeah.
say about that is I think that's probably one of those compendium inspired by soundtracks because the regular soundtrack for the movie does not include that track.
So it's like songs
Yeah, I
inspired
don't
by
know.
the
I don't
movie.
I
know.
mean, hey, it's a good find because yeah, it's
Well,
eh,
well, I will tell you. So just so you know, Danny, there are so many songs as I started going through this stuff. So tomorrow we're just going to do from TOS through the first 6 movies. Then next week we're going to do TNG through
So we're
Nemesis.
not even going to get to the Rihanna
Nope, not for two. Not
Star
for
Trek
2 weeks.
Beyond.
Not for two
yeah, because
weeks.
there's so much. We're gonna end up in the same pickle as we were with all the villains.
Right. Because just for tomorrow, just doing TOS through Star Trek 6, I've got 30 songs already lined up.
Okay, well, did you get um the the shit? It was technically the second pilot, but they aired it third. Uh, fuck.
Oh, you
What's that
wanted to
episode called? The one
create?
with the dude with the silver eyes.
Oh yes, yes. The
What?
yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Was the theme different for that one?
I
Yeah.
think it
Anyway,
was.
it is, and it's really good. It's really good. So definitely have
Are you
that
sure
on
you're
the
not
show
thinking
for
about the
tomorrow.
theme to the
Yeah.
original pilot?
No, dude, I'm telling you because I just watched. I've been taking this seriously. Hold up, hold up. One second. I'm not good at multitasking. Okay. Um, so I was watching. Remember, I told you guys I found this awesome playlist on YouTube where it was like the sci-fi special edition of Star Trek when they aired it back in the '90s or whatever,
Right.
and
Mm.
it was all the clips they recorded, and they were given all kinds of trivia tidbits in it that are just gems. They're just like absolute. I'll send you guys the link. Any Star Trek fan should watch, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's about you got 72 episodes, 10-minute clips, so it's a lot to watch. It took me a couple weeks, um, just listening to it in the background. But yeah, that episode had its own theme that they used in one other episode, and I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Are
And
you
that's the
talking about
only
the?
time
It
that
sounds
theme had ever
like
been.
it sounds like the theme, but it's like got bongo drums and stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
So the first
No, it's very.
episodes,
Yeah, you have to send me the link for
I
it.
think it's
yeah,
where No Man. Yeah, I'll send you the link. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. No Man Has Gone Before is the one with the silver-eyed people.
yeah. But that's I was just listening to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
to the
Where No Man
theme.
has gone. Yeah, that episode.
Right. But I was just listening to the theme from it, and it sounds like the classic Star Trek theme, except kind of a jazzier version, and has bongo drums playing.
Yeah, and they only used it 2 times. That episode and one other, for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah, you could hear
I
they've
should have
just
been
tossed it
taking
in.
notes, man. Yeah.
That's funny. I'd never noticed it. I've seen that episode a bunch of times, and I've never noticed that before.
So were you able to hear it that time? No, nobody.
No, no.
You couldn't hear that music, Danny.
No, I didn't hear any music, but I'm actually about to pull into this print shop, so I'm gonna have to hop off here in a second.
That's weird. Let's see.
James R. Kirk.
Digital.
Yes, indeed.
Did any of you guys hear the music that I just played?
No.
Okay, Bradley heard it.
Or no, wait a minute.
I didn't. Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's what. Okay, I didn't think I heard it because I was on the Paramount page for Star Trek, so I thought maybe it was ambient music playing in the background.
Right.
So
but
yes,
you
I
just
did
but you
hear
just
it.
Picked it up from my mic, or
No,
did
I did hear the.
okay? But Danny didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear it, but I am pulling into this print shop now, so I gotta go, guys. When I'm done here, I gotta run back to the office, drop this stuff off, and then I got to go home. So hopefully, I can join you when I get home.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
See
do
you,
anything stupid.
I don't know how to sign off of this. I'm gonna wait till I park, so you can awkwardly watch me park.
Oh, I think we should just do an LDG and just like walk around with your camera and like. And your mom says, "Keep your eyes on the road."
I am. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. Okay.
I like how he
park.
says, "I can't multitask." You say you can't multitask while you're driving, smoking, and talking to us at the same time. You can multitask. Your
I guess I'm
priorities
better
are
than
just
I
messed
thought.
up.
Oh, is that what it is? All
Yeah.
right. I don't know how to sign out of this.
I just closed the tab. That'd.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys.
See, he'll leave it
I'll be
open and
back.
we'll be able to
All
listen.
right. See ya.
Okay. What a horrible picture.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's one of those stuck at the worst spot moments. Yeah.
Anyway, so tomorrow we've got a bunch of songs lined up, that little short clips like that, so that we don't get copyright strikes. And that'll be fun. And the super chat thing should be fixed too. So if anybody else wants to super chat, please do. Please. Now, so the because we suffer through this stuff just for you. So we get drama, and then we replay the stupid thing. I was hoping we would actually see him, like he would be down there too.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, and like he could be riding a T-Rex in to help Godzilla or something at the end. That'd be
Yeah.
But yeah, so no sign of John Goodman other than replaying the video from the first episode. I guess that's all they could afford of him. And then more drama. So pooping, smoking, playing Angry Birds is not real multitasking. Oh goodness, I'm not gonna even touch that.
Well, you just took all the fun out of a couple of things I do in my life.
Pooping and smoking.
No, I don't smoke. So,
So now we know what Jason does when he poops. He plays Angry Birds. They should make a game called Angry Turds. Just for pooping.
There's a poop emoji themed.
Yeah. Anyway, so what they're trying to do is basically they take the sphere that they took to get into the magic world of magic back in the 80s and connect her pulse device that attracts monsters so that a monster can show up and they can then go through the portal because reasons. And which they don't I mean, huh? What? And so they do it, and a monster shows up, and the monster is a giant bug, and the giant bug is going to kill them, And surprise, surprise, I went too far. There we
Oh,
go. Planet X. We actually got it working now.
thank you for testing it live.
With a $2 super chat, says super chat. Yes, indeed. Super chat. How's that sound? Is that good? I need to get too close.
You got to get a modifier to do that big bottom that Danny manages to pull off. I
Yeah.
don't know how you pull it. Yeah.
Super chat.
Yeah, exactly. Closer to that.
Super chat. There we go.
Planet X, that was acceptable.
Thank you, Planet X. I appreciate it, buddy. So they're trying to get there, and the monster's going to get them. And so it's so funny because it's hard for me to actually find a shot of the fight between Godzilla and the monster because the fight's so short.
And really all you really get is a lot of perilous music and a few, muddy, dark shots. And yeah.
This is about as good as it gets, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And Godzilla just completely curb stomps the bug monster. It's not even a fair fight.
No, it rips its wing clean right off.
Right.
And then just kind of looks at the wing and just like, huh. I woke up for this?
Yeah. So then they get to the top and they all hug, and we find out that that Monarch is gone, but Apex paid for everything. The end.
Yep. Yep.
And they do imply that May and the sister are going to have a relationship. Because May and her touch a lot in this episode.
Yeah. And May is a floozy, as has already been established.
Yes. Yeah, so...
Or the daughter or whatever.
The daughter, the daughter's a floozy.
Yeah.
May is a runaway.
Yeah.
And the dude is just a douche.
Yeah.
So a floozy, a runaway, and a douche walk into another dimension.
So comically enough, we did actually technically get a monster fight, which we said we really not had at all.
Right.
But yet we didn't get hardly anything we really wanted, which was actual cohesive storytelling. And as a, second place prize, these three twerps getting all killed because now we have to suffer through them if they actually do make a second
Hey, Jedi
season.
Bill, how you doing? Yeah, and so it was like we get these three completely unlikable characters, and I genuinely didn't care about, and then you had the only character I cared about at all was Kurt Russell, and that's just because he and Wyatt just really brought their A game, but even their story wasn't particularly compelling.
No.
They skipped the interesting part: the entire construction of the Kong VR enclosure. Oh yeah, they're on Skull Island.
Yeah,
where they just trapped Kong, and aren't we impressed? So apparently, it was Apex that trapped Kong, not Monarch.
Yeah, so they can't even keep that crap straight.
Yeah. But
I mean,
I'm sure it'll all make sense when we see pink-haired Godzilla coming soon to a theater near you. I am so. This show ruined the franchise for me. It really did. I've enjoyed the MonsterVerse so far, but this show, because Pink Godzilla already had me scratching my head going, is this going to be any good? And after watching this show, I'm absolutely convinced that Pink Godzilla is going to be horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm...
And if it's not horrible, it's only going to be...
Yeah. So this was just bad. And sad.
Yeah. Especially considering Godzilla Day Zero.
Oh, Godzilla minus zero.
or minus zero, or yeah,
Yeah, that one.
-1 or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And Bradley, I'm sure the pink Godzilla is supposed to be some kind of power up because pink is, of course, more powerful. But and, hey, Lore Reloaded. Can't wait to find out how Janitor forced to work the evil recesses as the bad guy in the episode.
By the way, Lore, I haven't done it yet because I've been listening to a lot of music. But I actually plan on rewatching that episode because, man, did we ever catch your hair on fire on Friday?
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that we're going to find out that, of course, pink makes everything better because it's pink. It's, and we'll find out Godzilla is a girl, of course. And not only that, but maybe Godzilla's a trans. And Godzilla and Kong are going to have a thing because Kong will also be a girl. And they'll be giant lesbians. And yeah, it'll just be so awesome.
Yeah.
And yes, Kronos, I did survive the MRI. I didn't enjoy it, but I did survive.
You had a bad time?
Yeah, they gave me medication for it, but the problem is, so what they usually do is they give you the medication, then they have you come in for the MRI like 45 minutes to an hour later, right?
Yeah, because they wanted to.
Yeah, they gave me the medication, and then they had me come in for the MRI like in 10 minutes.
Oh, so nothing had taken yet, so you
Nothing
weren't
had taken
sedate.
until like an hour after the MRI was over, and even then, it just made me sleepy, and I ended up sleeping through the whole day.
And you don't like tight spaces.
Yeah. So. And Laura is saying, I'm putting down women and trans people. How odd for this channel. Yes, yes, Laura. That's all I ever do. You know that. I just hate women and trans people. That's you got it. Facts are facts, man. So no, I just hate this crap because it's badly written.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
I don't
a good
care.
story.
Yeah, if they actually wanted to make Godzilla trans and they had a good reason for it, fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that, but no, they're going to do it just to check a box. If they do it at all, I mean, the pink-haired Godzilla. After watching this show, just seems like they're going to try to get this into some kind of feminist propaganda. Like but I don't care. Honestly.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. Before we maybe go off into some other completely different topic, but as it relates to this and to the pink Godzilla, a lot of the videos I've managed to catch, some of them have started to point out something which we haven't really talked about. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. That's exactly right, Danny.
Well, Klinger was technically a transvestite.
And it was all done to try to get Section 8 and pulled out of Korea.
Right.
But there was a method behind the madness.
I will tell you, like, it's
pretend madness.
Yeah, transvestite movies like Tootsie I really enjoyed back in the day. I don't know if you've ever seen Tootsie.
No, that one I actually haven't seen. And I haven't seen the Priscilla...
I haven't seen Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one
but
either.
But I'll tell you, so the closest I would say, Laura, as far as a movie is concerned, would be Tootsie. I really enjoyed that movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire is another one.
Absolutely love that movie.
Man passing as a woman.
Yeah.
So
freaking hilarious. And a good movie. But one of the things that people have slowly started to point out, and I think we've talked about this offline before, but the biggest issue that's starting to happen with all of these companies is, in fact, unfortunately, due to this insane ranking system created by two of the largest shareholders of everything. And I mean that literally, basically, of literal everything on Earth, and that's BlackRock and Vanguard. And DEI, or diversity, equity, and inclusion, they actually have a measurement scale for that, along with ESG, which is environmentalism, social, and
right
governance. And the problem is they are demanding this to be done, even in the face of losing money.
Right.
And which is why you're seeing so much stuff going on, which is why you're seeing that director who's frankly unsuited to be any kind of an entertainment director. Stick to your documentaries. And why you're seeing stuff constantly creep in because at this point they have to.
Right.
And until we get an entire studio tell BlackRock basically to go get bent, unfortunately, we're going to end up having to deal with this infection until it finds a way to clear itself, which is people don't watch the crap. And
Well, and the thing is that people. I mean, if you look at the box office receipts for last year,
yeah,
people aren't watching it that much. I mean,
no, I know, but and it shows you how beholden these people that are in control, like the senior management of these companies are. Because if you're losing money, like here's the craziest thing: from the all-time high for Disney, they've lost their shareholders $200 billion, not million, $1 billion
mm-hmm.
in value.
Yeah, it's insane how much. I mean, now granted, I don't think Disney's going anywhere, but they have lost a ton of money on this.
Yeah,
And it's this the I I think, I mean, this is just my own personal opinion. I think Bosom Buddies, that was a fun show. Um, I think that the studios honestly thought that this was going to, that somehow doing the whole woke thing, for lack of a better term,
yeah,
was going to make them a ton of money.
yeah.
That they thought that, yeah, that's the way the American people are thinking, and so let's do it. And of course, they grossly overestimated the interest people have in woke entertainment.
Well, even more myopic than that, they've done all of this assuming the Canadian American market, because the American market always includes us, even
Yeah,
in statistics. Uh, they have completely assumed that this will apply to the rest of the world.
right.
They literally forget from a cultural and sociological perspective that there is a rest of the world.
Well, and that the rest of the world, like, okay, because they think of, for example, liberal Europeans might, fine,
It's not the
but
same crowd. It's
but
not who
when
they
you
think they are.
but if you're but if you're looking at the Chinese market, that ain't gonna fly.
No, but even within Europe, it's not the same. It's not the same
Right.
construct.
Well,
We've had many conversations with people that live in Europe, and things are
well,
not
here's the problem:
like
is
the words that we use to describe certain
Mhm.
categories and classifications of people aren't the same. They don't mean the same thing.
But what I was gonna say is, I think part of the problem too is that the people that they're making this stuff for are not the people that go to movies.
No, exactly.
And
It's
so that's their core problem. Like the people that go to movies, that you're not going to get these people to go to movies by making movies that caters to them because they don't give a crap. And you're going to turn off people that go to movies because you're making stuff they're not interested in.
yeah. You're
And
pandering to a very loud minority and a very small one at that, who do not care to ever watch anything that you create.
right. It's the same problem as the WNBA. And I know we
Yeah,
talked about this before.
I know, but it's
Yeah,
worth bringing up.
yeah, because and Laura, honestly, it's the problem with the WNBA. Do I have an issue with women playing basketball? No. Am I interested in watching women play basketball? No. So I'm not going to watch women play basketball and they say, well, why is the WNBA failing? Because women don't want to go watch basketball games with other women.
Yeah, women didn't go to the Marvels.
Yeah,
Women didn't line up to watch Miss Marvel.
right. They're missing the point in that. Like my wife likes James Bond. She likes Star Trek the way that it was. She likes the first few phases of the MCU, all that stuff was fine. You didn't need to change it to make her want to see it. However, a woman that's not interested in superhero movies or action movies or whatever is not going to go just because you throw a woman in there.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
And yeah, we ended up.
Sorry,
No.
it's Lore Reloaded's fault.
But yeah, I mean, and if this is what's happening in this show, or at the very least, the thing that I've been complaining about throughout is this feels like some teenage angst story writing in this,
Right.
regardless of whether or not it leans one way or the other. The fact that this feels like some kind of honestly, this is a CW show at this point.
Right. And not even a good one.
No, no. Better than Batgirl, but still.
I never watched Batgirl, so yeah.
Well, Batgirl had Batgirl changed out and got canceled all in the space of like 2.5 seasons.
Right. I wasn't. I mean, that's the problem, is that you're going to make stuff that I like when Laura was asking, oh well, what trans story have I seen that I think is good? Well, if you're marketing a movie as the saga of a trans person going through the difficulties of being trans, is that a movie that I'm going to really want to see? The answer is no. It doesn't interest me. Now, the question becomes, is that movie going to appeal to enough people, say the trans community and stuff, to make money? And the answer is probably no.
No, when you're talking about less than 1%, and some would even argue it's possibly even less than 0.1%.
Right. But percentages don't even. I mean, I'm just talking when you look at.
No, but it matters. It matters as an argument against these crazy people that think this is also the monetarily sound way to go about it.
Right.
Because they're trying to convince people that this is the right way in all ways,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not at all.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well,
And unfortunately, this show is definitely leaning in that direction. And season 2, if it happens, is going to just probably go.
Yeah.
It's probably just going to lean all the way into it. Just kind of like how we watched season 2 of Strange New Worlds devolve quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the fact that they had, and I don't know if you've seen this show yet, Laura, but the fact that they had an entire episode just dedicated to showing you that the girl is a lesbian.
Like the whole episode.
That was the entire point of the episode. And it wasn't, I mean, it was like, she already had an interesting story. And even then, we talked about better ways they could have written it. Like if they wanted to make it tragic, have her lover be on the bus that she watched go down.
Yeah, except they made her a 2-timing floozy.
Right. They made her even more unlikable.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem, is that, look, if one of the characters happens to be gay and they're in a relationship, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when you shove it in my face and say it, like, when it has nothing to do with the story. Right? I don't. Like, if she happened to have, like, if for example, she happened to have a girlfriend that died on the school bus in the scene with Godzilla and was traumatized by it, that's perfectly okay. But to have an entire episode about all the women she's been sleeping with, and basically, I don't care.
Yeah. How does it add to me caring about the character?
Right.
It doesn't. Because I'm not in that 1 to 3% piece of the demographic.
Right. And it's like same. And by the way, same problem with the dude. He's not gay, but in his backstory, we just find out that he's just, a dude that's got, you think he's some struggling artist or something, but you find out he's loaded, and he's got his own bar, and he's just doing the art thing because he's got nothing better to do. And basically, and then he meets up with May, and they just screw for the heck of it. You know, there's nothing likable about these characters.
No, no.
And you know,
And May is some over entitled wannabe super hacker
right.
who feels slighted in some way with respect to her compensation, and she buggers off with the code.
Right, she gets paid an ungodly amount of money to write computer code for a company, and, and today's stream is sponsored by Bud Light, the best tranny fluid on the market.
Oh man,
That is
I
horrible.
love that. At least here in EV Mux, I'm getting the dancing Chippendales.
Oh, okay. I got the
I don't know what's
Hollywood.
on the internet here. The internet's a dancing Chippendales as well. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Um,
Oh my.
but thank you, Danny. But yes, I think that there's a real problem with this type of writing, and really the problem is, you know, like the fact that we had a writer's strike recently should speak volumes. Why should these people be compensated more?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, but the writers in Hollywood right now are crap. We need to have actual, you know, writing needs to become a finesse skill again. Which, you know, right now writing is like, it seems like these people went to college, learned how to make a 3-act story, and insert agenda here.
Yeah, and force Danny's fine transaction.
uh,
Oh man. And then to top it all off, they don't even make the story actually make any sense
right.
when they do it.
And Stan, as far as giving them all the blame, look, I understand studio heads are probably in large part saying, okay, insert agenda. But at the same time, if you're a writer and you write something that's a great story, you can sell that story to the, you know, that, and this is the way that, you know, there's always been in Hollywood. If you write a great story, you pitch it to the guys, and they're like, "Ooh, that's awesome! Let's make that." But instead, they're just saying, "Let's do a Godzilla thing and throw in some LGBT stuff." You know,
Which again is why I brought up the fact that the whole DEI thing, courtesy of BlackRock,
right.
is way more impactful than people realize. Because
Right.
I mean, they own like 7 to 9% of like
Oh yeah, and now
everything.
you know, Laura accuses me of being, you know, Laura here is being racist because saying that an African American back girl with red hair doesn't look good. So I see, Laura. I see how you are. You racist pig. So,
Oh, and don't forget, she's also gay too.
you know, well, yeah, of course. Put a chick in and make her gay.
Hey, look, stereotypes come from somewhere, man.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen that South Park, yes, I mean it is
Uh,
so bloody accurate. And
oh man, it hits the nail so far on the head that I don't even know you'll ever figure out if there was a head to the nail.
and didn't mean to interrupt your attack on transgender persons and women with my thoughts on what looks attractive. I wasn't attacking either transgender people or women. I love women, but I think
It's so funny when you respond to Lore because
yeah.
all of his comments are so strategically passive aggressive.
Oh
You
yeah,
could literally take them both ways. I
yes.
love it. It took me years to figure out how you do stuff, Laura. Man, I enjoy it more. I enjoy it more and more as every year goes by.
Laura, you would definitely not get $5 if you for every time we attack persons of color and women. You know, that's the funny thing is that, and you know what? I know Laura's kidding around and everything, but at the same time, that's also part of the problem. We can't have a conversation about it because if either side tends to get overly riled up about it, And so, unfortunately, it turns into a shouting match.
Yeah, well, like a lot of things, unfortunately, it's been turned into uh, tribalism, basically.
Right.
And anybody that's looking to have an actual conversation about it, if it even smells a little bit wrong one way or the other, everyone's hair catches on fire on the other side, and then
Right. Well, the very fact that and like to coin a term that I think Laura might have used, something like transphobic or homophobic is a term. What do they mean exactly?
well,
They
if
don't
you
mean
go by
fear.
Well, if you go by the dictionary meaning, then their use of that is an abuse of the term, just like calling people Californians has
Well,
been
not
abused.
anymore. I mean, if you look up, let's
Oh
see.
yeah, well if you go to any of the online dictionaries, those people have all fallen into the DEI ESG stuff. You can't even use their sites
Well, no,
anymore.
even Oxford and stuff like
Yeah,
Oxford.
yeah, no, I'm serious. All of them. Oxford,
Yeah. Oxford
Merriam-Webster.
defines homophobic as having or showing a dislike or prejudice against gay people.
Yeah, that's why
Now,
you can't
that's not what homophobia is.
anything that has the word phobia on the end of it is a irrational fear.
Right.
And
Now,
that's why I was about to say, if you have printed physical copies of dictionaries from before 1999, let's say,
right.
don't throw them out, because we are witnessing 1984 garbage as it happens, and it's super annoying.
Now, here, yeah, phobic. Same dictionary, by the way. Having or involving an extreme or irrational fear of or an aversion to something.
Yeah,
She's,
exactly.
you know,
Like
uh,
there's so this is double think, right?
right,
This is again right out of 1984.
right,
Like, stop reading the thing as an instruction book, people. This is a warning, not a how to.
right.
Like, cut it out. Like,
But yeah, so we know what phobia means, but then but when you put homophobia as opposed to arachnophobia or something, all of a sudden it becomes, well, if you disagree with me, you're homophobic.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
And
by their standards, the fact that I don't like watching rom coms means that I probably don't like women.
right.
So,
And Joseph says all his fears are rational. And Kronos thinks spiders are cool.
Danny's apparently going to try to sneak back in on this drive back to the office.
Speaking of homophobes, Danny will be back. Yeah, and exactly. So it's not that you hate spiders, but even if you did, now look, I'm not advocating hate. I don't think that you should, hate. There's no reason to hate gay people, right? Because, like any group of people, they're good and bad and all that.
Sure, yeah.
But
Anyone who thinks it's I was going to say a monoculture, but that's not the right word I'm looking for.
monolithic,
Monolithic
yeah,
representation. It's like, or a monolith. Like,
right. So I
everyone
won't.
that wears glasses is exactly the same.
Right, and
Like, come on.
but I think that I do think that the problem isn't in the gay community at all, because I've most people I worked with this one guy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he sometimes watches the shows, but he's gay and worked with him for years, and he hates stuff like this.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
You know,
someone that I used to work with, and their comment is, "I really hate all this extremisms because it stops me from being able to just go and live my life."
right. Instead, everything's got to be like like, look, and the way that he described it to me is like, hey, we've won the big battle. We can, we got marriage and all that and stuff. So can we stop trying to show that we're still being oppressed all the time?
Well, and
You
this
know,
is the problem with
well, like
the
women are being
ideologues,
oppressed.
and with what's that's
But actually, well, women don't actually. Most women don't think they're oppressed. It's that there's an agenda of oppression.
well,
And
I'm having brain fog. there's a proper term for this.
Right, but the
But
leftist belief is that
it's the well it's the but it's the any movement that tries to achieve a goal of a social nature rarely ever wants to define what their end game is, because if they have one, then they're once they reach it, it's over.
right.
And now you have to actually go back to being an adult and participating in society again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is the outcome we're seeing in everything, including, of course, entertainment culture, is that we get to this point where the ultimate the logical fallacy that drives this is the moving goalpost syndrome.
Yeah.
So oh well, we achieved this. Well, that's not enough.
Right. Now that
Like,
we've achieved this, let's try to get the next step.
we need to go to the next one and the next one and the next. Even though everything that they're coming
But
up
once
with
you
is a
hit
contrivance.
right, but once you hit legal equality, where do you go? Well, now we have to push the other person down.
Yeah, you got to go the other direction. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So and unfortunately, that's where you get your DEI and your ESG
Right.
and BlackRock and all of that interference is all very real, and it very much has an impact.
And the funny thing is that when dealing with things like transsexualism, as Laura brought that up, is that trans people have been around for a long time, and those that actually pass as the other gender, you don't know because they're passing as the other
Yeah,
gender.
exactly. They're achieving their actual goal. Yeah.
And so
and I just want, before this goes too far up the screen, I do want to say this. Even if you're just playing, I do want to make a comment to this comment in its existence, whether it's you're really doing it on purpose or not, Laura. We've never had a literal stock market influencing requirement to go the other direction ever. So no, it's not kind of the same on both sides.
Well, I think what he's talking about is like with the argumentation, like people go too far, or if that's what he means, that's fine. But
well, the problem is it's always the left that goes too far. Not to turn this into the politics show, but it's true.
I was turning it into the politics show, right?
It's very true.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like the problem is, yeah, once once Hollywood starts having a Christian in every movie that's a heroic character, then I'll believe that it's equal.
Yeah.
But I don't even. I mean, come on. It used to be. Now I will admit, it used to be that yes, the hero was usually a white man, but even then, that wasn't always the case. It was never a 100% thing. And in action movies, honestly, most people want to see male heroes. That's why they sell.
See, now this is why you got to read the 3 in a row. But this is why I love lore.
Yeah.
No,
we can absolutely talk about it sometime, Laura. But I
no. It's the 2 comments above combined with that one is what makes that one I brought up that much more fun.
Well, I didn't see what was the.
You get.
Oh, very, very oppressed.
Yeah, and then the next one. But it's like a combo. It's not just for the one before, but also the one above that too. It just ties together nicely. But yeah, it's.
No, I'm just saying, as far as hero characters in action environments, most people want to see. And by the way, they're not real. I mean, like, because most guys. In fact, what was the? It was King Kong, the one that Peter Jackson made, and which, by the way, is a really good movie, even though a little on the long side.
Oh boy, is it ever long! But yeah. I like to watch it every couple of years.
Yeah, but there's a scene in there where the action hero is like, "I'm not a hero. Heroes are short and fat and have bad teeth." And because real heroes don't look like, perfect actor type. Right?
That is that. Okay. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because believe it or not, that as much as it's funny in its own little way is probably the one thing that drove me the most around the bend with the writing in Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? No. To say nothing of the fact that Northern European Caucasoids are by far the minority on the planet.
Caucasoids.
They're like, man, you could tell who's writing this.
But yeah, I just like I said, the problem is that they insert an agenda into something and make the agenda the priority instead of the story. The story should always come first. The story is and regardless of what your characters are, you write your story organically and you put the characters in that story. And you have them behave in a way that is consistent and makes sense with whatever their character is. That's not done here. Instead, in this, we have a story, and then how can we make this character LGBT friendly? And so let's throw something in there to make her LGBT friendly. How can we make the? And I don't even know what to do. They're just like, how can we make this guy a loser? Apparently, you know. So yeah. So what is Monarch 10, by the way? Well, that's the last episode of Monarch. There are 10 episodes. It was called Beyond Logic, was the name of the episode. And boy, was it. And so Joseph says his logic is bulletproof. Well, the logic in this show is anything but. You're muted, by the way, Danny, or Jason.
I'd say it's non-existent.
Yeah. So, what do you rate the series?
Well, the show and this episode and the series gets a giant FU out of 10.
Yeah, I will agree. It's an FU out of 10. The entire series is just garbage.
If they don't do a season 2,
I hope they don't.
I wouldn't be happier.
I'd rather watch a sequel to The Room.
Oh man, I would rather do some of the crazy edits I was suggesting that should be done to that show. Like
with
putting
the track and stuff.
Yeah, like changing out the backtrack to put in a laugh track out of a sitcom.
And Danny gives it an FU as well.
Yeah.
So yes, the dreaded triple FU from the Nerd Fights crowd. And of course, we're just a bunch of transphobic, homophobic, misogynists.
Yes, Tim. It's a Room reference. I wanted to watch The Room on the weekend gone by. We did it for Patreon content, and Danny did not know it was coming. And
Danny was quite surprised. Yes. If you haven't
surprise The Room.
So if you haven't seen The Room, it's the best way to describe it. There's this guy who looks like a vampire who has an apartment, and he has a girlfriend, and the next door neighbor's kid likes to come over and watch them have sex.
But they were going to adopt him.
Yeah, and then the girlfriend starts having sex with the vampire's best friend because she's bored, and then he kills himself.
No, I don't think it actually does. Because if it does, he's penetrating her chest.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what was going on in that movie.
Right. And I forgot that the kid that likes to watch them have sex also owes money to a drug dealer.
Yeah, randomly for no explanation to that.
And remember, I told you it would never be brought up again. I definitely have breast cancer. Remember that? And then never again does it get mentioned. Like
an awesome. Okay. Either I'm being trolled or I didn't watch the Room as he did.
Well, maybe he just really likes belly button sex. I don't know.
Hey,
You know.
you know.
I mean, if you're small enough to fit in there, then that might make sense. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just the movie. The funny thing is, Tommy Wiseau, who wrote, produced, and directed this travesty of a film. Um, well, Laura,
Oh man.
never tried it myself, so wouldn't fit. Um, but it's so laughably bad. But he really, and what makes it great is that he genuinely thinks he's making a good movie. He he
Oh,
he really thinks that he's making this intense personal drama about this poor guy Johnny, and everybody's name is so generic, but this poor guy Johnny who is treated badly by his girlfriend, whose best friend sleeps around on him, and he can't take it anymore, so he ends up killing himself. And we're supposed to be crying as he's dying on the floor instead of busting out laughing. Um,
and here's something that just kind of struck me because I was gonna kind of criticize how many people they had in this, and they still managed to have no story. So they didn't have very many sets, and obviously that ridiculous going to pick up the flowers thing
yeah.
must have been done really, really quickly because of something crazy like they weren't really supposed to be filming in there. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess on that, but
Oh,
it
hi,
just
dog.
seemed,
You know you're my favorite. Bye.
yeah, yeah. So they don't have any more sets in this than they used in the movie Moon, the one with Sam Rockwell.
Yes.
And Sam Rockwell is pretty much acting all on his own.
Right.
And
Him and Kevin Spacey is the robot.
randomly he'll interact with Kevin Spacey by way of Spacey being the voice of the robot.
Yeah.
That movie is just galactically better.
But is it just a coincidence that moon rhymes with room?
Well, maybe, but
And yes, Laura, I think a Birdemic Room crossover would be epic. But I don't think Jason's seen Birdemic yet.
no, I've only heard it referenced a couple
Yes.
times.
Yeah, it's like, imagine The Room as an action horror movie with even worse visual effects than the green screens that they did in The Room.
Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Is that the one?
Yes, that is the one.
Oh my.
So we could watch that one of these days.
Oh my.
It is,
Birdemic.
yeah. The audio.
James Wynn picture.
Yes, James Wynn's made a few movies, and they're all equally bad. But yeah, and he actually made a Birdemic too.
Actually, there's a Birdemic 3 in here.
Yes, but I haven't seen Birdemic 3 yet. Cicada was funny, Arabic. I'll give you that. Cicada was pretty funny. But I like Birdemic a lot. That's one of my favorites as far as really crappy movies. I also like Samurai Cop a lot, which I'm going to get Jason to watch one of these days. So we can just start rating really bad movies.
Oh, that's not for. Oh, sweet. The first Birdemic.
Yes.
Looks like it's free on Plex. Maybe. Daniel.
Danny, how do you feel about watching Birdemic? Shock and Terror.
What? Hey, how long did that take? That was ridiculous. That was
It took all the time. Is that like a Kinko's or something you had to go to, or?
it's called Digital Insight Printing on Gibson in Las Vegas. And hey, I mean, I'll give you the shout out. I'm not trying to cast shade, but yeah, I was in there a minute. My God, they told me I was getting off at 4. This is salary, kids. This is the downside to salary.
Yes, yes, it is. I'm very much familiar with this.
So Danny, how do you feel about watching Birdemic: Shock and Terror?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a movie.
It's a very
It's a,
bad movie,
it's a
apparently.
horror movie.
Hey, man, it can't be worse than the fucking Room. So
No,
there's that.
that much I'm convinced of at this
Oh,
point.
don't
Dude, no, I just like, I don't think you express this enough,
I
guys.
literally messaged Mike after we left. We all broke ways. I'm like, I really hope I didn't break Danny with that.
No, no, no. So, we do our watch alongs Saturday morning,
Oh,
and
just say real
I
quick.
thought we were just going to watch Monarch, which was painful enough, and then he drops the Room on me, which it was a movie I've literally never planned on watching in my life, and it was so painful. It was so bad, so bad. I'm just, if you guys want to see me squirm, supportsalty.com. I don't know if he's uploaded it yet. Just go to
No, that's
supportsalty.com.
what I'm going to upload today or tomorrow. The Room is great, but and yes, by the
Oh
way,
no, the Room, no. The Room is not great. Don't say that. It's terrible.
It's
Stanley,
only
It,
great if it's involved with actively criticizing it to death.
yeah, Stanley,
oh my God.
I have seen the Disaster Artist. I've also read the book, which I highly recommend. Um,
What's
so
the disaster artist?
the
Not
disaster
familiar.
the disaster artist, the movie stars James Franco, and they are basically, it's about the making of The Room.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so
probably more entertaining than the Room.
Oh, I bet it
it's
is.
actually really good, but if you don't watch The Room first, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And
Well,
and
I
so
guess now.
yeah,
What's it called again? The what?
it's called The Disaster Artist.
The disaster artist.
Yes.
So does James Franco play the
Tommy
Tommy was?
Wiseau.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau, and his brother plays the guy that played Mark, James Franco's brother. Uh,
Okay.
and so and then
Are
what's
we
it?
allowed to even say his name anymore? Didn't he get canceled?
James Franco?
Yeah, didn't he get canceled for something?
I don't know.
I
You
know he
know,
got
Um,
himself in a
but you
in
know
a
how much I care
spot
about
of
cancel culture.
yeah, I know. If we did
yeah, fair enough.
that, we'd have to stop
Yeah.
watching
Oh
everything.
yeah, and Seth Rogen plays the
And
director,
it's
the director of
it
photography.
is not even 4:30, and it's like the sun is just killing me right now. Oh
Yeah,
God,
it's the wrong time of year. Sun goes down at just like that frustrating time right when you're trying to drive
Jesus.
around.
And Laura, you know what? I will probably do rather than, I'm not going to bring back the Rational Roundtable channel, but I may do like a show called Rational Roundtable every now and then once the political season heats up. Suburban
You know what I miss?
Suburban Sasquatch is a great one, Erevic. I
Oh,
love
jeez.
Suburban Sasquatch. That movie is so bad. Uh,
I've never even heard of that, but you know what I miss, Michael, that you used to do was that Jep nerdy thing. Because like as soon as I started winning it, you canceled it. Like what the hell? What was up
I
with that?
didn't cancel it, to be fair. My co-host moved to another channel without telling me, and is now, and it still does Jep Nerdy on his own channel.
Oh
So,
shit! Send me that link because I
oh,
was
thanks,
I was
man.
kicking ass. I was kicking
I
ass on that
appreciate this.
show.
I appreciate the sympathy and everything that you give me for being betrayed like that. Thanks. You're very kind.
My bad.
Oh, cool. Send me the link.
God dang, man, this sun is brutal.
Good. Oh, it burns out your eyeballs.
Hey, man, I don't want you guys to see me die live on
No, yeah,
screen.
let's
So,
not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you do,
God,
I can make this a memorial stream and maybe make some money that way. But yeah, Seth Rogen in The Disaster Artist is actually really funny.
Super chat.
And Super Chat.
Oh, you got hey, hold up. Super chat. There you go.
The phone microphone just doesn't sound that good.
Yeah, I know. It sounds good. Yeah. Sorry.
So Dr. Scotty says, I heard that you would sign the petition to save She-Hulk for season 2. Thanks, man. Green chicks rule.
Oh, hell no. What?
No, I heard. I saw a little thing. Critical Drinkers doing a stream that said that She-Hulk was canceled. I don't know if it's true, but if so, that's too bad.
Well, there was
But
a
it doesn't even
comment.
matter because did you see the new Avengers lineup? She's in it, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
Like-
and Tatiana Maslany had made an offhand comment apparently too that it generally doesn't look good. She'd know better.
And Stanley Samurai Cop. Yeah, I'm gonna make Danny watch that one. He will
Watch what?
Samurai
Samurai
Cop.
Cop. Oh my goodness.
What is that? An anime or?
No,
No.
it's a live action movie. And don't worry, there's lots of naked women in it.
Is it good? Because if you make me watch Another Room, I'm gonna end our friendship. Even though you brought me back to.
Is it good? Well, it has a guy with a sword.
I mean,
I don't know.
sword, naked women. All right. So, it's got.
It's got a guy with a sword and naked women. So
So fuck you. Sorry.
Today's Road
They
Rage
just
is
cut
brought
me
to
off
you
for no
by.
reason.
Well, whatever you do, don't come to Murfreesboro, man. The people cutting you off will drive you insane.
This is why I don't own a car. I go full Reacher on this guy. Dude, have you guys been watching Reacher at all?
I need to watch.
I've
all
not
of
It
it.
is so good. It's basically Batman without the costume. It's so good.
Yeah.
You said that last week. I've been meaning.
Or no, I think
so
he was
good.
saying it on the weekend.
It's so well, they drop every episode on Thursdays, so we need one tonight. I think it's the final episodes tonight. What's so funny?
Lore, he's just going for all of it now.
Yeah, Lord.
I can't. I'm driving, man. I'm not.
No,
looking
it's
at
okay.
Yeah,
He goes,
yeah.
I bet that guy that cut you off was a liberal. Am I right, guy in the middle? He's talking to me.
The dude that cut me off is lucky I don't want to fucking sidearm him.
Yeah.
I'd have shot him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, your mom likes Reacher, and I'm sure she really likes the way you're talking right now too.
Well, that's funny. My mom's the whole reason Reacher came out a couple of years ago, and I never watched it. And my mom was raving about it. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And I couldn't stop watching it. And now I'm addicted. I'm like, it's so good. It is so good. Like, the dude, I'm telling you, so I have an autistic son, and I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but Reacher seems autistic to me. Like, and when you watch it, since you guys haven't watched it yet, when you go to watch it, think about that, because he seems very autistic.
You mean
Like,
the character itself?
The character, yeah. So I was texting my mom. I think it was last night or the night before last. Mom, if you're in the chat, you can correct me. But I was like, there's this scene in the last episode I saw last week where he's talking to like a 12-year-old girl whose life is in danger, and they're protecting, and they're about to send her off to like witness protection housing or something. And she asks him a question. He's like, you'll be fine. I just have a few more people to kill. And it was just like, the delivery was perfect, and the response from everybody in the room was fucking gold. It was so good. Like, I'm telling you, man, watch Reacher. It's really, really good.
So now your mom wants to know if you've started Jack Ryan yet.
No, I haven't. So I have a friend that says I should watch something called. Hold up, I'm not good at this. I have a friend that says I should watch Ray Donovan. Have you guys? I've never
No.
even heard of that. Have you guys? Or
Let me just
so
yes,
I
I've heard of it.
I was raving about Reacher, and her name's Tracy.
Yes.
She was like, "Dude, if you like Reacher, you need to watch Ray Donovan." I was
Well,
like, "I've never even heard of it."
do you know who I'm talking about if I say Lieb Schreiber?
Yeah. Sabretooth. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the lead actor.
So what's it about? Like, is he a Jack Reacher kind of dude or something?
I let me go get what the little 30-second cell is off of IMDb.
You know what? If my kid wasn't a skateboarder, I'd have fucking yelled at you guys. Don't honk at me.
So Planet X thinks we should watch Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Ray Donovan, a professional fixer for the rich and famous in L.A.
What's a fix? What's that mean? Is he like a hitman?
It'd probably be like both a cleaner and a hitman all at the same time.
Okay.
Can make anyone's problems disappear except those created by his own family.
Can I switch my camera? Oh my god! That dude's dead. Can I switch my camera?
I don't want to see a dead guy.
Dude, man.
That's a violation of terms of service. We don't need to see dead people.
Did someone get smoked?
No. There's a very, very, very bad car crash.
Oh.
And there's like the ambulance and a fire truck and the cops and a car that's completely crushed.
Yeah, that's
and
that's definitely content for Live Leak, not for YouTube.
There's a body on the there's a fucking body on the ground. I want to show you guys.
I don't know, Danny. You don't don't show it.
Oh, I don't know how. Okay, you know what? No. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even try. That kind of thing can get your channel shut down, so don't do it.
Oh my god!
We'll just have to watch your reaction.
Look away.
Oh my god! I just saw human entrails. Oh my god!
I just see the flashing lights behind you.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You all right, Danny?
Well, I mean, I'll be fine, but shit, man, that's...
How does a nice rare steak sound good to you?
I am kind of hungry, but I mean, that's... Oh my god, that's terrible. I can't fix my camera. I'm sorry, I'm out of focus. Whatever, I'm driving. I'm not trying to get killed.
We can still hear you.
Yeah.
And this is why Danny should not be our roving reporter, because he's going to run around and say, "Oh man, there's something so disgusting here. Let me show you. Let me put it on YouTube where it'll get you shut down."
Man, whatever. I'm legit a little heated. I'm going to talk to my new boss. Maybe not. I don't want to get fired. It's my first day.
Yeah, I was going to say, on your first day, if you might let it slide.
Yeah.
For $65K, I'd let a lot of things slide.
You act like that's a lot of money. I cleared just shy of 90.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me how you made way more. That is a lot of money. Yeah. You just need to know how to use it.
Yeah.
Just for all that.
Hey, did you guys? I put it in the chat. F you.
Yeah.
Was I allowed to do that? Because that's my second FU.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Mike retroactively changed his score on the weekend too. So this show is just offensive by the end of it.
Just gets an FU.
They killed Kurt Russell. He was the best character in the freaking show.
He was the only character in the show.
You guys remember? I think it was on the supportsalty.com. It was on the stream. I was really hoping the kids would get eaten, and not only did they not get eaten, they all survive, and they killed Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Like, what the? Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
F
This show can just.
But on the bright side, it's over. But
Yeah.
but because of your entrails, we're definitely going to have to watch Samurai Cop this weekend.
I mean, that's fine, but that was gross, dude. Like, You're lucky
could
I
have
could-
gone the rest of your life and not.
it was gross. It
Yeah.
was. I just saw real life dead stuff. It's gross. Yeah. All right, I'm maybe like 2 minutes away from pulling back into my office. So,
Oh, hey, Carlo, how you doing?
do you guys want to?
Oh. You're breaking up.
You're cutting out, Danny.
No, I said I'm about now about 90 seconds away from my office, but I can like chill for a little bit in the parking lot. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I have to go? Or
Well, you can tell us how much you love the room.
I mean, like like
I mean, that's about all we were talking about. Is we ranted about Monarch for a while and talked about how the room was awesome.
the room is garbage. Hot.
No, you haven't even seen the worst of them. The room is bad, I will grant you, but there are worse movies.
Oh,
The granddaddy of them all is Plan 9 from Outer Space, which we will watch together.
all right. So let's do this.
But Plan 9 from Outer Space, when we watch Plan 9 from Outer Space, we'll do it on a live stream because it's actually a public domain film.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do something like that because across this other channel where that's what they do. They basically Mystery Science Theater 3000 public domains,
Right.
movies, and they it's funny. They roast the shit out of them. They're great.
Yeah, but you'll love Plan 9. It's great because the aliens, they use Plan 9.
What's that?
Like that's just literally what it's called. Apparently.
Yeah, that's the plan where they resurrect dead people to take over the world.
How do I? Well, I don't do this on my phone. Like, can I not zoom out? I mean, it's just super tight on my face. I don't like this.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible.
I think it's like a default.
Yeah. That's why people have, selfie sticks.
Yeah, because it seems to be the same. Seems to be the same way when LD is on too, and he switches to his phone. It does the same thing as what you're getting.
The difference is LD. We get that great shot of him buying his Marlboro Lights.
Yeah. Entire cartons of them.
Yeah.
And now I can't even see myself. Something like that's weird. Okay.
Yeah. No, we can still see you.
Yeah.
You can still see me. Okay.
Yeah, we can see up your nostrils, man.
So fortunately, it's blurry enough that all we see is shadows. So,
well,
so Hard Ticket to Hawaii. That's the one that people recommended, and boy, that looks like a horrible movie. But I can get it.
Oh my! Oh.
So I think that might be a good punishment for Danny would be to watch Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Are you kidding me? You already made me watch The Room.
I was going to say it could end up being punishment for me.
Hey, that one none of us have seen. That would be the fun thing about that.
Yeah, then you start regretting your decisions in life too.
Oh, I love bad movies as long as you're having fun with it.
Yeah, true
Well,
enough.
dude, we weren't even having fun with The Room. Like we weren't even roasting. Like there were literally.
That's because you wouldn't. Me and Jason were having.
Oh,
fun.
I was lighting that thing on fire. I was like, going on about, we should use, someone should do like a super cut edit, or someone should do like a cut down or a re-edit. You should redub it with sitcom music because that would make it
I
actually
was,
more entertaining. You just wanted to go in the corner and die.
yeah, it was sucking my soul. Like, if you guys go
Uh,
to supportculture.com and watch it, you'll see. You can literally see the soul being
Oh,
sucked out of my
yeah.
body.
it was horrible. You were just like crying and withering
And I
away.
was like, why? I was like, why? Like, what's that scene? He's like, why, Lisa? Why? I was like,
Yeah.
why? Why? Why are you making me watch this? Why? Yeah, terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. If Patrick Swayze walked in the room, he'd see your ghost leaving your body.
All right, man. Um, I got to run these into the boss.
Yeah.
So I'll be tomorrow. I get to work from home, so I'll be cool tomorrow. So I'll definitely. We don't have to start late or anything.
Oh, cool.
I've already confirmed.
All right.
Yeah.
We just have to hope that the weather doesn't interfere with Mike's stuff.
Yeah, because I got to pick up a friend at the airport, assuming his flight doesn't get delayed or canceled. But his flight comes in
Okay.
2 hours before the show, assuming it's on time.
Well, I was hoping to have like, how are we going to do this, man? Because we can't play the music, right? And like, I feel like,
I have short clips of every song.
okay,
Like
okay.
copy strike friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay.
Yeah. Paramount may monetize it, but they're not going to take us down.
Okay. Cool. All right. Because I've done a lot of homework this week, man. I've listened to a lot of music, but I'm kind of bummed that apparently I did more homework. So are we gonna have a part two? We're gonna do like we did with the.
We're gonna have a part 3.
Oh yeah.
So part.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, part 1. What we're gonna do tomorrow is the original series through Star Trek 6. Part 2 next week is going to be TNG through Enterprise and Nemesis.
Oh my God! Yeah, I've listened to way too much stuff.
And then part 3 is going to be Star Trek 2009.
Oh, it's not a bad thing that you've listened to as much as you have, because I've been burning through all the way up into the JJ verse stuff, because at least it gives you the ability to think about, where things in the first 6 movies and shows actually fit.
Yeah, I really didn't realize how much I like the JJ Abrams, not only the score, but that song I sent you guys. Like I've been
that
listening
Rihanna
to that
song is surprisingly good. I mean, I don't
I know,
Rihanna music,
yeah.
but it's really good.
Yeah. So all right, man, I got to run in here.
Like Rihanna.
Yep. All right, man. Well, have a good evening.
I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
Yeah,
love you
tomorrow.
Danny.
See ya.
And we got to figure out, after we're done with the show here, Jason, we got to figure out how to make the music clips work.
Oh yes, yeah, we can do that. I got time for that.
All right, guys. So with that, I think we can pretty safely say Monarch sucked.
Yes.
That's pretty much the consensus here. And not only did Monarch suck, but the room was freaking awesome.
Well, when you compare, what did we say? We figured about 8 hours worth of runtime versus what it was, an hour and a half worth of runtime content in the room. Like, yeah, I had fun with my hot take.
I'll say this,
but I honestly have to ask the question: which one hurt more? Because 8 hours versus an hour and a half.
But here's the thing about the room: the room is in that so bad it's good category.
Yeah.
And so when and this is what I was going to talk to you and Danny about. So here's how I rate things that turn into that. So you have 0 through 10 as far as how good is the movie, right?
Yeah.
But then you have 0 to -10 if it's in the so bad it's good category. So with the room, I would give it a good -7. Because it is entertaining to watch how bad Tommy Wiseau acts, and the over the top reactions from some people and the incredibly bland reactions from other people. However, there's no story, no plot. You don't even know what the point of the movie is. Other than the guy killed himself, but there's no real point.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, Stanley, that's the difference. Is the room can be entertaining because you can laugh at it, where Monarch was just frustrating.
Mm.
But what we're going to be doing moving forward is watching some fun stuff like Battlestar Galactica, and we're also going to be watching some really crappy stuff. The next one on the chopping block will be Samurai Cop, which he thought the room was bad. Yes.
Yeah, I've already seen bits and pieces of it because I wasn't able to stay up and watch the movie night with Matthew, but you were sharing a bunch of stuff with me from it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
it's
man,
it's really bad.
yeah,
And so but again, it's one of those. It's so bad, it's good. But at least Samurai Cop has a story. I will give him that much.
yeah,
Not a good story, but it does have a story.
yeah.
Um, and then there's other classics like Birdemic is a man. Birdemic is so awesome. Birds actually make dive bomb and explode for no reason.
Nice.
And the birds literally look like clip art from like MS Paint.
Oh, even better.
I'm not exaggerating. They look that bad.
That's pretty rough.
It's hilarious, and everybody's holding like toy guns and going bang bang bang, and with sound effects. And the birds at one point vomit, and their vomit disintegrates people for some reason.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
but then they don't do it anymore. They do it like once. Yeah.
Oh man.
Samurai Cop taint great, says Stanley.
No, it's not.
Oh, Samurai Cop is a classic because he's called Samurai Cop, and then he kept saying, "So you're the one they call Samurai." He's like, "Yeah," and then like he whips out a sword in the last scene of the movie. That's like most of the movie. He's like just a cop.
Yeah.
It's like a really bad version of Magnum PI. Like imagine if Magnum PI was in Los Angeles. Magnum drove a crappy car, and he had a stereotype black partner that just made really stupid looks on his face. Like that's his whole part. It was like, that's it. That's what he does.
Oh yeah. I remember from some of the stuff you were sharing with me.
Yeah. So
pretty rough.
Class of Nukem High, that's a good one, Carlo.
Yeah, that's like an 80s classic, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. But you see, those movies were intended to be bad.
Yeah.
I like movies that tried to do something good.
Or at least certainly thought that they were trying to do something.
Oh, and the long hair is hilarious because in some shots, the main character has this really long hair, right?
Yeah.
But then he got a haircut, but then they had to do reshoots.
Oh no, he's got a wig?
And so it's a cheap wig under a baseball cap.
Oh, awesome.
It's so bad. So it's like one of those you could spot when he's wearing a wig things. It's really funny.
Oh man.
So but yeah, he's and then he made Samurai Cop 2, which we'll have to watch. And Samurai Cop 2, by the way, has Samurai Cop having a sword fight with Tommy Wiseau.
Seriously? So someone's trying to deliberately divide by zero.
Yes.
Oh no.
It was so bad.
Oh man.
Oh, it's so hilariously bad. So yeah, that'll be fun. So remember, you are the salt of the earth. I am the salty trekker. I always forget it's that way. He is the cranky, crazy crustacean from Canada. And Danny's not here.
And Danny is employed.
So I can't cut him off today because he's not here. No. I don't even know what am I going to do if I can't